right. Thanks again, Jessica, for joining us. Let's go back 10 years. What are your memories of the first MJBizCon 10 years ago?
I think there had to be, 100 or so attendees, maybe.
Yeah.
And we all knew each other, or at least knew of each other. And at least two of our three original clients were in the room, and at least one of them was also speaking. It was a small, intimate group of folks.
Fast forward to what the meetings are like today. What would you say has been the biggest change, at least from the standpoint of the conferences in the 10 years since?
When you have 100 people versus 20,000 plus people, you're going to have the opportunity to meet, interact, and network with really anyone whom you want to that is there. And when you have a larger 20,000 person event, a lot more pre-planning, pre-scheduling goes into that. Who else is going to be there? Who do I want to schedule to have a meeting with planned ahead of time?
Let's talk about what are you doing now?
Since then, we became the first cannabis technology company to list on the NASDAQ, which was the start of the Akerna brand. And we've launched two new products, MJ Analytics and MJ Retail. We offer now today over 80 integrations in addition to professional consulting services. All these new products, acquisitions, integrations, they all connect to our compliance framework that we've built since our original company and original product with which we launched. And those come together to create a comprehensive product ecosystem for cannabis businesses. We've been doing a lot of building in the past 10 years.
What has been the biggest thing in the past 10 years that you think has changed about this industry that you've seen? Over
the past few years, we've witnessed substantial positive change in the political and social climate surrounding cannabis. I feel like that's really been a sea change, especially seeing cannabis declared essential during COVID. I'm not sure that would have been possible 10 years ago, and really speaks to how far we've come and advanced. And that's led to growth in revenue, new markets, consumers. And I would say due to the difficulties of operating and scaling into new markets, today, since inception, we're seeing a lot of consolidation in the industry. And I predict this trend will continue over the next few months and continue to be, and probably be a really hot topic at MJBizCon.
Also sweeping has just been the legalization movement across the country. Did you anticipate it as quickly as it has?
It's really interesting to look back at some of the big election cycles and big sweeping ballot measure years, and to think that in November, we had 5 new states pass legislatively through ballot measure. And since then, we've had another few pass via legislative means, with more expected to pass legislatively over the next 6 months. And that's that rolling thunder now of new states and expanded markets in existing states is really exciting and well past the tipping point. And the current federal legislative measures that have been proposed, I think, really recognize that we're past the tipping point, and now we need to put in some type of a reasonable framework.
And what about the role of women in the past 10 years in this industry? How do you think that the role of women has changed?
I remember many, many, many events where I was the only female in attendance in the very early days. And then we saw, interestingly, a real expansion of both female entrepreneurs as well as women in leadership in the few years, I would say, past the very emergent market stage where it was most risky, and when we were in the emerging growth stage and it was a new industry there, I felt like there was a lot of opportunity. And that trend seems to have reversed in the past few years. I believe as a result of recruiting talent from other industries primarily. So when you start to recruit existing talent, you're drawing from an existing pool that just frankly has less women in it by the statistics.
One last question. What are you looking forward most to this year's MJBizCon?
I'm eager to reconnect with the heart of the cannabis industry, the people. I'm looking forward to keynotes and speaking engagements from my colleagues in the industry and to speak again myself.
Well, thanks a million for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Roger.